Good afternoon, everybody. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you all here today on behalf of Elaine and Ian on this very happy occasion as we celebrate their marriage. My name is Emma Bailey and I'm a Humanist Celebrant accredited by Humanist UK. Elaine and Ian have asked me here today to help them celebrate their marriage in a manner that reflects the way in which they have chosen to lead their lives. You have chosen a humanist wedding because you wanted a more personal way to mark your marriage, feeling it to be a more fitting and indeed a more honest way to mark such a major event in your life. This ceremony celebrates the joining of two people together in love, friendship and commitment. Humanism is an approach to life based on humanity and reason that people should show consideration and compassion towards others and the environment around us. Elaine and Ian are here to happily proclaim their intention to marry. In doing so, they are allowing all of you to participate in the celebration of their love, which they have nurtured for some time. Theirs is a partnership freely chosen and founded on friendship, trust and respect. Today they will promise to love, trust in that love, complement one another as individuals and anticipate with joy spending the rest of their lives together. They are surrounded by you, their friends and family, who will have a special relationship with one or both of them. And your presence here this afternoon adds significance to this ceremony and support to their marriage. So what is love and marriage? Well, Langley talks about soulmates and sums up love with this beautiful quote, which now will be read by Laura.
Soulmates. I don't know how you're so familiar to me, or why it feels less like I am getting to know you and more as though I am remembering who you are. How every smile, every whisper brings me closer to the impossible conclusion that I have known you before, I have loved you before, in another time, a different place, some other existence.
Thank you, Laura. In respect of marriage, it's many things. It's loving and cherishing, loyally relishing. It's hosting and toasting and Sunday roasting. It's enduring, alluring and most reassuring. It's guessing, confessing and nightly undressing. It's often surprising, involves compromising. It's mending, depending, and can be heartrending. It's trying, relying, and a little white line. It's snoring, adoring, and occasionally boring. It's knowing and showing and mutually growing. It's compliment giving and always forgiving. It's sharing and caring and dressing gown wearing. It's walking, it's talking, and bottle uncorking. It's tender supporting and raucous cavorting. It's secret confiding and shoulder providing. It's liking, respecting, and calmly accepting. It's cleaning, it's mopping, it's waltzing and bopping or raving. It's chatting, conspiring, and thoughts of retiring. That's what makes a marriage. So how did Elaine and Ian find love? And what led them to make this commitment to marriage today? Well, after a few months of dating, Elaine and Ian booked their first trip to Spanish Point in Clare in February 2017. In hindsight, this was not a good idea. It is the most seasonal place in the world, and it turns out winter is not the season to be going. They drove down together and all was going well until they arrived in Clare and met a tractor on a road which they needed to pass. The guy came to the car window and told Ian that he would be moving shortly. Ian turned to Elaine and said, "What did he say?" Elaine repeated what the guy had said and assumed Ian wasn't listening. A frequent occurrence, apparently. They finally got to the hotel and checked in. It was gorgeous, but they ran into an issue almost immediately. It turned out that Ian doesn't understand a word anyone says if they're not from Portadown. The trend was set, and multilingual Elaine was to act as interpreter for the rest of the stay. They went to the bar for food and drinks and had a nice relaxing first night before adventuring out the following day. They went to the main street, which was deserted. Nothing was open bar at SuperValu. Starvation was on the cards if SuperValu had been closed. Everywhere was deserted. It was like a ghost town. They then went to visit some caves. Of course, this was Ian's idea, not Elaine's, because Elaine is claustrophobic and does not enjoy tracking up millions of steps to see inside a cave. They quickly discovered that Ian just loves sightseeing and Elaine does not. Elaine started to wonder, would this relationship last? Following this trip, they actually pondered they might have to holiday separately. Ian will go to his caves and Elaine will hang by the beach. Anyway, they spent the next few days touring around and getting to know each other and learning new things about one another. By the end of it, they thought, well, we could stick each other, and have managed to do so since. Well, mostly.
Okay.
And Mark Twain very aptly quotes, "I have found out there is no surer way to find out whether you like people or hate them than to travel with them." And Elaine recalls it was probably one of the weirdest but the best trip that they have ever taken. They had plenty of laughs and they have fond memories of their first trip together. Elaine has made it clear though, they are never going back. And this is the perfect time to add one of the things that they love about each other. Elaine and Ian have taken some time to reflect on what they love about one another. They've emailed me their thoughts separately, so these words are being heard by everyone, including them, for the first time. Elaine about Ian.
Oh.
He makes every single day better and brighter and makes me laugh no matter what. He's always there to listen and help me through the toughest times. Nothing is ever too much trouble for him, and I trust him with my life. Ian about Elaine. I love her true passion for the people she considers her own. If someone said something bad about one of her people, they would be at risk of losing part of their hair, even if her person started it. Oh. Elaine and Ian, you have chosen a time capsule to be a symbol of your marriage. Before us we have a chest that will serve as a time capsule. And you've each brought your promises to each other to put into the chest to be open again on this day next year, reminding you about why you're here today and about to say your I do's. Please lift the promises which are under your chairs. They are a glimpse back into your thoughts and feelings of each other before your wedding day. They will tell of the qualities you appreciate in each other, your hopes and dreams, and your reasons for choosing to marry. Simply your promises to each other. Please add the promises to the chest. This time capsule is meant to be opened on your first wedding anniversary. If that is too long to wait in anticipation, or you find yourselves in tough times and are in need of real inspiration, please open it sooner. When you open the chest, sit down together and read your promises. Remind yourselves of what you love about each other and why you decided to marry. Use these memories to start a new conversation, dream new dreams, and continue to work on making your marriage one filled with honesty, understanding, and a growing love. Then you should write new reasons to love each other. Think about how your relationship has deepened and changed. Reseal the time capsule with new reasons as well as the old. It will be an ever-changing, ever-growing history of you. And the idea of the locked chest reminds me of a beautiful reading called The Bridge Across Forever by Richard Bach. A soulmate is someone who has locks that fit our keys, and keys to fit our locks. When we feel safe enough to open the locks, our truest selves step out and we can be completely and honestly who we are. We can be loved for who we are and not for who we're pretending to be. Each unveils the best part of the other. No matter what else goes on around us, with that one person, we're safe in our own paradise. Our soulmate is someone who shares our deepest longings, our sense of direction. And when we're two balloons, and together our direction is up, chances are we have found the right person. Our soulmate is the one who makes life come to life. We are now at the heart of today's ceremony, where we will be asking Elaine and Ian to speak the words which in the presence of all of you here today will seal their union. But before they do, I will read out another thing that they love about each other. Elaine about Ian. He knows I am always right. Even when I'm not, but I always am, so it's okay. Ian about Elaine. Her sense of humour. She makes me laugh every day, and her smile. She makes me do stupid things to make her laugh, which starts as a small cute chuckle and ends with a witch cackle and snorting. Elaine and Ian, can I ask you to stand and face each other? Andy, can you please present the rings? Ian, will you have Elaine to be your wife, your chuckle buddy, and share your life with her, to be honest and trusting and communicate openly with her? And do you promise that you will love and care for her with tenderness and affection all your life?
I do.
It's a bit sweaty, you made it. Elaine, will you have Ian to be your husband, your chuckle buddy, and share your life with him, to be honest and trusting and communicate openly with him? And do you promise that you will love and care for him with tenderness and affection all your life? I do. Elaine and Ian, you have freely consented to join your lives. You have pledged your commitment to each other by the exchanging of vows and rings, and in the presence of everyone gathered with you here today, I am delighted to pronounce you husband and wife.
You look gorgeous. Stunning.